In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to highlight an entire row based on cell value in Google Sheets. This is a really useful formatting trick when you want your spreadsheet to be easier to scan. For example, you might want an entire row to stand out whenever a certain status appears in one column. Instead of manually changing colors one row at a time, Google Sheets can do it automatically for you using conditional formatting. To begin, select your data set. In other words, highlight all the rows and columns where you want this formatting to apply. A common example would be a range like a 2 through E100. Try not to include the header row unless you also want the headers to be highlighted when the rule is triggered. Starting from the first row of actual data usually gives the cleanest result. Once your range is selected, go to the top menu bar, click Format, and then choose Conditional Formatting from the drop-down menu. This will open the Conditional Formatting sidebar, which is where you'll create the rule that controls when a row gets highlighted. Next, look for the section labeled Format Cells If. In the sidebar, open that drop-down menu, scroll all the way to the bottom and choose Custom Formula Is. This option is important because it lets you create a formula that checks the value in a specific column and then applies the formatting across the full row. Now enter your formula. The key here is to use an absolute reference for the column by adding the $sign before the column letter, while keeping the row number tied to the first row of your selected range. This tells Google Sheets to always check the same column as it moves across the row, while still allowing each row to be evaluated based on its own value. If this part feels technical, just remember that the $sign locks the column in place, which is what makes the entire row highlight correctly. After that, choose how you want the highlighted rows to look. In the Formatting Style section, you can set a fill color, change the text style, or make the text bold. Pick a style that is easy to notice but still readable, especially if you are working with a large data set. When everything looks right, click Done to save the rule. Your rows should now highlight automatically whenever the condition in your formula is met. That's all it takes to create dynamic row highlighting in Google Sheets. Thanks for watching.